Welcome to tonight's episode of Late Night Baking. It's Girl Scout cookie season right now, that magical time of year where you eat an entire box of cookies in one sitting and feel absolutely disgusting. And tonight, I'm going to teach you how to keep that magic going all year round. But first, we're going to take a poll to determine which type of Girl Scout cookie we're going to make. To vote for tagalongs, press 1 now. To vote for Thin Mints, press 2. Poll. We all know the winner's Thin Mints. Yes, tonight we are making homemade Thin Mints. But you know what, I'm not dressed for it. I am not, nor have I ever been a Girl Scout, so I don't have the green uniform. But I was linked for Halloween about 10 years ago, so let's get going. To start out, get a medium bowl, add in 2 cups of flour, half a cup of cocoa powder, and whisk it together. Set that aside, get a larger bowl, add in 1 cup of butter, that's 2 sticks, and 2/3 cups of sugar, and mix it up. Once it's whipped, add 1 egg white, there are easier ways to do this, but the camera's already recording, so there we go. Toss the yolk, crush the shell, toss it out, wash your hands, dry your hands, and mix it up. Then add 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Careful, there we go. And half a teaspoon of peppermint extract. And mix it up. Then grab your flour and cocoa and add it in thirds. It gets very dusty, but hey, it's a good thing we all have masks laying around, right? Then once combined, you're gonna have a very thick, chocolatey, minty dough. Now, bring the dough all together and break it in half so it's easier to work with. You're gonna take half your dough and put it on some parchment paper. Grab your rolling pin and flatten it out until it's about a 1/4 of an inch thick. Then do the same with the other piece. Now what we want to do is cover it in parchment, stack them on top of each other, and then put them in the fridge. And you're going to want to let them cool for at least 3 hours. But if you're impatient, you can always just pull the Master Sword out of the pedestal and throw yourself forward in time. And yes, I'm aware that I'm dressed as Link to the Past, making Ocarina reference. After a few hours, get your chilled dough. And it's time to cut the cookies. Take your chilled dough and grab the lid to the tumbler that I have for some reason, or anything circular really, and start cutting out your cookie shapes. This is going to take a little while. Let's do a jump cut. There we go. Don't you just love jump cutting? Once you have your Thin Mints all cut out, pop them in a 350 oven for about 15 to 18 minutes. And it's pretty dangerous to go alone, so you better take this. ingredients are done, and boy does it smell it. Let's get those out of the oven. Easy does it. And place them on a wire rack to cool. And while those are cooling off, we can get started on the chocolate covering. No, over here. Come on. Yeah, here. So for the coating, get about 12 ounces of chocolate chips, pour them into a pan, along with just half a teaspoon of vegetable oil, and where are they? There we go. Quarter teaspoon of more peppermint extract. Then you're going to take your saucepan and put it onto a double boiler. And just keep it here until everything melts together. Now the chocolate is coming together in a smooth consistency. Now this next step, I've never been able to do this without getting chocolate all over the place. So if you know a way to do this a little more cleanly, please write me a letter. Now that the chocolate is smooth comes the fun part. Grab a fork or tongs or anything and take each cookie and dip it in the chocolate. Place it back. And this is going to take a while, so let's do another jump cut. You head back there and I'll be done by then. And about 25 minutes later, we have our Thin Mints. I've never gotten them to be as smooth as the official ones, but you know what? Life isn't smooth. Let's try one. They've got that nice crunch like the real ones do, and that refreshing, delicious chocolate peppermint taste. And now you can make them whenever you want, even in the off season when you're really craving that fix. I hope you enjoyed tonight's recipe, and I hope you all have a good late night. Oh, and also, I wore green and chose Thin Mints because Happy St. Patrick's